This is Rob Smittix. We're here at Radio X and Experience Monthly, and I believe I have the one and only Macy Gray on the line. Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Oh my God, it's so good to hear your voice.
You too.
Thanks so much. So, how's today treating you so far?
First thing I'm doing today, so we'll see.
Yeah, me too. Definitely thankful to have you here on the line. I'm also thankful that you're coming to town here in our area in the capital region on September 29th at the Troy Music Hall, Macy Gray and the California Jet Club. And yeah, we're just curious to talk to you and find out, what are we to expect from a Macy Gray show in 2023?
It's gonna be interesting. We totally redid our set. Um, it's more about the new album, the reset, and I actually have one new band member, two new crews, so it's gonna be new for us too. And but since the beginning, our shows are always very musical, fun. People dance, sweat, scream, holler, start making out, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna have it's always a good night.
Excellent. And so the newer album is the Reset album. That's what you're touring on right now. Tell us a little bit about the album.
It's a really beautiful album. We recorded it during COVID, and it's all live. It's all live musicians plugged in. And it was my first time writing with my band, so it took me out of my norm a little bit, and forced me to write different kind of songs. And it was written during a really tumultuous time in our country, so
Sure.
there's a lot of emotion going on, and ups and downs. It's really a great album. I'm super proud of it.
No, absolutely, and you should be. Um, no, that's really cool that you have new music. I love the fact that because I mean you at one point had your big hit, tremendous success, and your multi Grammy nomination. You got yourself a Grammy, but I like the fact that you're not really like the mainstream music out there, and to me, I love that.
Mhm.
I love the fact that you're just doing your own thing and you're not really following the leader more or less.
Mhm.
And with the industry out there, I'm sure you've kind of ran into some of the elements that the industry creates out there. How do you think like you kind of separate yourself from like what everybody else is doing and just stay genuine to who you are?
I just do what I do. I don't really know how to do anything else but what I do. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to uh, really write or sing any other way. So that's just me. I've written with a lot of other people, and that's always awesome to collaborate and get other angles on my music. But me myself, I'm pretty much. People always talk about how genuine I am, but I really don't have a choice. I don't really know how to be nothing else.
I respect that though, because just being on this side of the industry I've been doing this for practically my whole life. I've just seen where a lot of people change. I've watched you in interviews over the years. You just seem like the coolest person, really down to earth. It seems like you're very, like you said, genuine to who you are, but also, um, you don't seem to really, become someone else. And I do appreciate that. Also, you seem like you'd probably be one of the coolest people to hang out with.
Yeah, I have my fun. I have kids,
Definitely.
so anybody with kids is at least a little bit grounded. You can't help it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So you're a family woman, and that's cool. That's respectable. Um, but you still kind of do you bring any of like those real life elements into the writings of your new music?
Yeah, it's always inspired. It's always based on where I'm coming from, and um definitely real for me.
Obviously, we know Macy Gray for the music and what's put out there. Is there anything that would like surprise people that you're into? Do you have a certain hobby or an interest? What's something that people would be interested in to hear about Macy Gray that maybe would surprise them?
I don't, I'm from the Midwest, so I still, like my card games, my spades,
Oh yeah.
my what else? I roller skate. I'm not a bad roller skater.
No kidding.
Um, let's see. I don't have a swimming suit, so usually when I go swimming, I swim in my clothes. Kind of embarrassing, but I'm so used to it. And then I don't know, I just do my thing every day. I like football. I'm excited about football season. I like sports. My
Nice.
favorite is boxing. I love boxing.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, dude. My dad was a huge Muhammad Ali fan, and he used to like. My mom would leave, and he would just make me sit there and watch sports all day. So I've always been a sports fan. I bet on sports. I'm like a dude when it comes to sports.
See, I told you it'd be really cool to hang out with.
Yeah, that's my dad. That's all. Like I would be watching cartoons, and he'd just turn the channel to a basketball game or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Oh my God. So yeah, how cool would it be if I was just like driving down the street one day and there you are roller skating?
That's probably not gonna happen.
Well, that's cool though. So there are a lot of other elements to everyone, obviously, but people don't generally get to see, who the person is. And that's kind of what I'm, about here is just kind of learning and discovering about who you are and what makes you who you are to become the creative artist that you are. So that's some pretty cool information there. Have you ever
Thank you.
done any sports or anything yourself?
Yeah, that was another thing. When I was a kid, my parents were really focused on keeping me busy because they didn't want me to get into trouble. So I had to take a sport every season. I did volleyball, basketball, and track every year till I think 11th grade. They just wanted me to get into college or something. I don't know. They just wanted me to focus on my grades. So,
Right.
but I did sport and I was terrible. I'm not an athlete at all. It was really kind of embarrassing. I was always on the bench, but I had to play. So
Hey, even the bench warmers are part of the team, right?
yeah.
But have you been always, throughout just not, obviously we're doing that kind of thing as a kid, but were you doing music back then? Was this something that came later in life?
Yeah, I started taking piano lessons when I was 7, and I took them all the way through. I got out of school, so I can play. I'm not really at piano, but I know chords and changes. I can sit and play you a tune, but I'm not like I'm not gonna like rock your world with my piano playing. But I can play.
Yeah. So, I mean, that explains it though. So you've been doing the music pretty much your whole entire life, probably since back from when you can remember.
Yeah, I've been, and my mom and dad were kind of partiers. We always had music on, extremely social. She was kind of loud. So I always had music playing in the background but it's cool because I'm so open, like when I hear stuff, I hear different things in it that I think the average person hears. I listen I don't know, I just listen for different stuff. Like I'll hear a song that I don't even like, but it might be something about the snare that I dig, you know what I mean? So
Right.
but that's just being a musician. Anybody who's a musician listens to music a little bit differently. So, that was it. That was mostly my parents not being so afraid of me getting in trouble. They just kept me busy with all kind of stuff when I was little.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of what kids need these days. And no, I can definitely relate to that. I've been doing music like pretty much my whole life too. Haven't had any tremendous success over it, but to be creative is something that when you're a musician or an artist, you have to do it no matter what. Doesn't even matter if it's paying the bills. It's something within inside of you you have to release, and I'm sure you feel that as well.
Totally. Yeah, totally. A huge music fan.
Now, a lot of people think that like the greatest music has already been like it's already been made, and they don't have a lot of faith in like the new generations and what's coming out. But I tend to disagree. I think some of the greatest music is still being made, but I don't think a lot of it gets like the promotion that you would expect.
There's so much music out. I think someone said there's 80,000 songs get released every week. Is it every week or every day? I forget. It's ridiculous. Like you can't even, that's impossible to know
Yeah.
everything that's going on. It's so saturated. But so a lot of times I'll hear stuff that I like. I don't even know who it is. But yeah, there's a new style and a new melody, a new approach to making records, I think. And people always talk about, oh, the old was so much better, but it's just new. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that this what's happening now will influence what's coming up the next 10 years. So I think if you're open, you'll enjoy it, instead of worrying about what they did, you know, 50 years ago. So that's really what I'm into. It's just what's happening, you know.
No, I appreciate you. We very much look forward to seeing you September 29th at the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall. It's a beautiful theater, and I think the crowd's going to be great. Is there anything that you'd like to say to people to encourage them to come on out and see you?
Yeah, just tell them to come out. We're gonna have a ball. We're gonna have a ball. All my shows are super fun, and I'm gonna make sure everybody, has a smile on their face by the end of the night.
That's all we can ask for. Well, I appreciate you so much for taking the time with me today. I hope the rest of your day is just amazing. I hope something spectacular happens and unexpected.
All right, likewise. Thank you.